My name is Tad Milmine, and this is my Be Brave story. Growing up in Ontario, I was an extremely introverted boy who really struggled with making friends and being sociable. My home life was terrible. At age 5, my parents divorced, which created many challenges, including a stepmother. This stepmother confined me to the basement and would yell at me, talk down to me, and call me names. I hated being home. I hated how she made me feel. Whenever I was sad, angry, ashamed, etc., I would cry uncontrollably. Crying was a daily thing for me. I always held out hope that one day an adult would see that I was locked in a basement and perhaps they would rescue or save me. No one ever came. On top of my emotional challenges, I always knew that I was different than most boys in that I was gay. I knew that being gay was not something that I could control. I truly felt alone. I never stood up for myself. It made me a target at school for others to call me names. Words like crybaby or suck were repeated over and over for many years. One day during high school, I was followed home, all the while being called names. When I got home, the boys spit all over the front door to my house. It was humiliating to have to clean that up. The pain was not something that I can explain. Having no one to talk to or confide in, I was hurting mentally for many years. My world was a mess and I couldn't find a way to make it better. During my last year of high school, I remembered my dream of wanting to be a police officer, but I made a mistake. I never acted on my dream because I truly believed it would never happen. After traveling abroad after high school and learning more about myself, I slowly came to accept the reality that I was gay and was ready to tell my mother. Her reaction was nothing but positive, and after all of those years of beating myself up inside, nearly having moments of giving up, my life felt like it was brand new again. And that is when everything started to become clear. I was always into sports and staying active, and a few years later I was playing on a baseball team and one of my teammates happened to be a police officer. After telling him that was always my dream job, he convinced me to at least apply since I had nothing to lose. Since I was 5 years old, I had a dream to become a police officer. Today, that dream is a reality. I never let the negativity while growing up stop me. I always wanted to help people, and today I'm lucky enough to be in that position. In 2011, I was introduced to the story of Jamie Hubley, who committed suicide at the age of 15 because he could no longer handle the stress and anxiety around being bullied for many years. Because of his story, I decided to start sharing mine and now go across our country speaking to schools with the program Bullying Ends Here. It took a tragedy for me to act, but I will work as hard as I can in an attempt to prevent further tragedies. And that is my Be Brave story.
And gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome to the ice, Tad Milmine. You got a little awestruck there, Tad, a little awestruck. I want to continue on with this discussion about what you guys were talking about on that video, and you managed to turn a tragedy into something positive. How did you manage to do that? How did you turn that corner? And do you have advice for any of the kids out there who are looking to maybe turn the corner themselves?
Well, first off, I just want to say hi to everyone. It's so great to be here. Thank you so much. You know, for me, my story was very difficult at times. You know, thinking I was alone, think I was the only person. But for me, one of the life lessons I learned was the fact that if I wanted like real positive change in my life, that positive change would have to start with me. So for me, it was reaching out. It was giving trusted adults a chance to be able to help. And that's how I slowly turned things around. I confided in those that could provide me the resources and the support that I needed.
Fantastic. I see the Zambonis are already coming out, so let's head on over to the bench here. Let us continue this discussion because it's a very important one for all you kids out there. You had a dream and you managed to make it a reality. How did you turn that mindset around and actually make your dream a reality?
For me, it was believing in myself. And as soon as I taught myself how to do that, that's when I started working hard. I gave myself a chance and I tried. I learned that dreams are not meant to be dreamt. They're actually meant to be achieved. But that won't happen until you take those steps of believing, of being brave and giving yourself a chance.
Fantastic. For the kids who are facing bullying and issues not only at school but also at home, do you have any advice? What kinds of supports are out there for those kids who are facing adversity not only at home but also at school?
Well, we spoke earlier about the importance of reaching out, and I've seen it on the boards earlier. There's the Kids Help Phone, an incredible resource that's there. There's also myself. Anyone can message me anytime. My Instagram is up there, my website, all those things. And it's the importance of reaching out. You know, it's if you're feeling alone, if you feel like you're the only one, give yourself a chance. Holding things in and hoping and waiting and wishing for life to become better on its own somehow, it doesn't always work out. It's you got to give yourself the chance that you deserve.
Absolutely. And final question for you, as a police officer, you are known as a bit of a hero. I mean, let's face it, all of our emergency services personnel are heroes. They are in my mind, they should be in yours as well. What do you say to the kids who want to be heroes themselves, and what can they do to help somebody out?
Well, it goes right back to what we said earlier about believing in yourself. You know, since I was 5 years old, I had this dream that I wanted to be a police officer. If you would ask me then, if you ask me now, the same answer. It's because I want to be able to help people. And it didn't become possible because of others around me. It became possible because of me. Being brave, believing in myself, reaching out when I needed it, and then finally giving yourself the chance. And that's when I realized that dreams aren't meant to be dreamt. They're meant to be achieved. It's right there, but it was up to me to do it.
It's all about mentality at the end of the day and leaving a legacy behind. As you can see around here, we did at one point have your Instagram handle out. In case people want to reach out to you personally, where can they go?
Well, if you add me to Instagram, it's my name, Tad Milmine. And for today, anyone that adds me to Instagram, I've got a signed autograph journey from Johnny Gaudreau, and I've also got a couple of jerseys that are signed by the Hitmen. So anyone that adds me will be a random draw. You never know. They could be yours.
Got a lot of great things on there as well. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please put your hands together one more time for a man who shared a great personal story with us, turning a legacy around. This is Tad Milmine.